All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thanks for joining Baddies in Tech TryHackMe Night. We're going to be going over part 2 of content discovery. The first part, we kind of went over some manual discovery methods. We went over the purpose and the reason for robots.txt and the type of important information that you can find in there. We went over favicons, which you tend to find on your browser, and it can show you the different frameworks that's being used. And we went over sitemap.xml, which is basically for web crawlers, files that should, or not files, um, yeah, files that should be listed on the search engine. It says it right here. As a reminder, I am recording the screen and I'm only recording my voice. I'm not recording anyone else's voice. So if I do ask questions, you can feel the need to, you can chime in if you want to. You totally don't have to. It's completely fine. That being said, yeah, again, I'm only recording my voice and the screen, nothing else, and for the VOD for people that are not able to attend. So, to continue with our content discovery, this is part of our junior penetration tester path that we've been going down. And let me go back. Did I catch it from here? Yes, this is our junior penetration tester path. And the week prior, we went over walk-in an application, and that was mostly using developer tools in the browser. So now we're going to continue here with our OSINT part of the content discovery room. OSINT is open source intelligence. So that's typically information that you can find available on the internet, that maybe it's not locked behind a paywall or anything like that. So, Google hacking and dorking. There are external resources available that can help with discovering information about your target website. These resources are often referred to as OSINT or open source intelligence, as they are freely available tools that collect information. Google hacking or Google dorking utilizes Google's advanced search engine features, which allows you to pick out custom content. You can, for instance, pick out results from certain domains using the site filter. For example, site:/tryhackme.com. You can then match this up with certain search terms. Say, for example, the word admin. So you would do site:/tryhackme.com admin. Then this would only return results from the TryHackMe website, which contains the word admin in its contents. You can combine multiple filters as well. Here's an example of some filters. So let's just try it just because so adding an admin to your dashboard, admin, and these are all of the, as they said here, this would be site on TryHackMe that contain the word admin. So that would be like rooms and just random stuff. TryHackMe admin. I guess that's a person. All right, so we have the site filter. It only returns results only from specified web addresses. We have in URL. In URL admin is an example, returns results that have the specified word in the URL. File type PDF, returns results which are a particular file extension. Sure, we've probably used this PDF one a lot. I know I did in college. In title, admin, returns results that contain the specified word in the title. For more information about Google hacking can be found here. And we have a Wikipedia page that basically kind of goes through exactly what we talked about here. And it looks like a really good page. So I'll definitely post that in the chat. What Google dorking operator can be used to only show results from a particular site? So that is definitely going to be our site filter. Returns results only from specified website addresses. So we're going to go ahead and type in site with our colon. And good, we got that one. All right. OSINT Wapalizer. Wapalizer is an online tool and browser extension that helps identify what technologies a website uses, such as frameworks, content management systems, CMS, payment processors, and much more. It can even find version numbers as well. So, what tool can be used to identify what online technologies a website is running? We know the answer is Wapalizer. Let's look at Wapalizer and see what we find. Okay, so we have a box here. We can put some information in. Let's try tryhackme.com and see .com what comes up. Looks like they can do quite a bit. Okay, and it is a paid service. Is it still loading? I think it's still loading. It's probably gathering some information. So we'll try to come back to that one, maybe, if it works, if it works for us. So we'll go ahead and put Wapalizer in here because we know that Wapalizer is a technology that can be used to identify, a tool to use to identify what technologies are running on a website. Okay, the Wayback Machine. Let's check our Wapalizer again. Still nothing. No biggie. Technology lookup. Let's see. Look up a website. Let's go Google for technical reasons. Is excluded. Okay. Let's try the full URL. Maybe that was our problem. Oh, okay. Well, I have to make an account. That's no biggie. That's no big deal. All right. So the Wayback Machine is a historical archive of websites that dates back to the 1990s. You can search a domain name and it will show you all the times the service scraped the web page and saved this contents. This service can help uncover old pages that may still be active on the current website. What is the address for the Wayback Machine? Which we have it here. Let's see what kind of, I can't think of a site to put in. Let's just see if they have anything that we could easily just like look at. Let's see, websites, explore the collection. Okay. 1,000 poets. Not 1,000 poets. Sites. Okay, so what is this telling us? When it scraped text. Okay. I've used the Wayback Machine for random stuff before. So let's put in, we'll just copy the URL straight from here. archive.org/web. And that's our Wayback Machine. So now we have GitHub. So GitHub, to understand GitHub, you first need to understand Git. Git is a version control system that tracks changes to a file in a project. Working in a team is easier because you can see what each team member is editing and what changes they made to files. When users have finished making their changes, they commit them with a message and then push them back to the central location, repository, for the other users to then pull those changes to their local machine. GitHub is a hosted version of Git on the internet. Repositories can either be set to public or private and have various access controls. You can use GitHub's search feature to look for company names or website names to try and locate repositories belonging to your target. Once discovered, you may have access to source code, passwords, or other content you hadn't yet found. So let's go on GitHub. Let's go on GitHub. Oh, I'm not logged in. Let's see if we can like search. Let's search from, we'll search GitHub TryHackMe. And so this is TryHackMe's GitHub. And they have troubleshooting for OpenVPN. Hold on. Okay. And we have TryHackMe, Android app, and we have a bunch of other things. Let's see what they have in here. Okay, just some instructions on how you can troubleshoot OpenVPN on Linux. Changing the permissions, making sure it's executable. Okay, so what is Git? Git is a version control system. All right, and so now we're on to S3 buckets. S3 buckets are S3 buckets are a storage service provided by Amazon AWS, allowing people to save files and even static website content on the cloud accessible over HTTP or HTTPS. The owner of the files can set access permissions to either make files public, private, and even writable. Sometimes these access permissions are incorrectly set and inadvertently allow access to files that shouldn't be available to the public. The format of the S3 bucket is HTTP or HTTPS name.s3.amazonaws.com, where name is decided by the owner, such as TryHackMe-assets s3.amazonaws.com. S3 buckets can be discovered in many ways, such as finding the URL in the website's page source, GitHub repositories, or even automating the process. One common automation method is by using the company's name followed by common terms such as TryHackMe or Google .w or -www or name -public, name -private, etc. What URL format do S3 buckets end in? They end in this right here. This is how you recognize that it's S3 over EC2 or Code Deploy or some other AWS service. Perfect. Now we're on to automated discovery. I believe we're going to need our attack box for this one. So I'll go ahead and hit a start attack box. I hope I hit the right thing because every time we go through the attack box, I miss the right button. Okay, so automated discovery. So we went through manual discovery on how we can just kind of, it's mostly like guesswork, figuring out what may or may not be there based on what a website is or what it does. And automated, we can assume is going to be some sort of tool doing this for us. Automated discovery is the process of using tools to discover content rather than doing it manually. This process is automated as it usually contains hundreds, thousands, or even millions of requests to a web server. These requests check whether a file or directory exists on a website, giving us access to resources we didn't previously know existed. This process is made possible by using a resource called word lists. So, what is a word list? What are word lists? Word lists are just text files that contain a long list of commonly used words. They can cover many different use cases. For example, a password word list would include the most frequently used passwords, whereas we're looking for content in our case. So we'd require a list containing the most commonly used directory and file names, which makes sense. It's a word list, it's a list of words, and we only have so many that we can kind of come up with, and we would use it here. An excellent resource for oh, an excellent resource for word lists that is pre-installed on the TryHackMe attack box is right here. It's on GitHub. Okay. So we got fuzzy, discovery, this is us. Maybe it's us. Okay. Adobe. Okay. So these are just word lists based on, let's see, standardized, use more descriptive for trickiest word lists, Joomla. Okay. This makes sense. Hits.php, create date, association, will allow copy and paste. Automation tools. There are many different content discovery tools available, all of their features and flaws, all with their features and flaws. We're going to discover 3 which are pre-installed in our attack box: Fuff, Derb, and GoBuster. On the attack box, execute the following 3 commands targeting the Acme website and see what you get in the results. Do we have our IP of our Acme website? It might be up here. Start machine. Oh, yep. See, I knew it. We always miss something. I knew we would miss something. Okay, we'll wait for for the IP of our Acme support website to show up. In the meantime, we'll bring up our terminal here. We'll open 3 tabs and we'll get our IPs, not IPs, our commands for GoBuster. If I can just copy, that would be great. Did we get the IP yet? Not yet. Okay, we have 17 seconds. That's good. And the first one we're using is, okay. So now we'll paste this in here. And this is the IP address of our machine. And let's replace it right here. Pretty sure that's where we need to put it. 10.10.181.97/fuzz. Make sure there's no weird spacing anywhere. Perfect. Oh, that was loud. All right, great. We got some stuff. Let's run it on with dir. We'll do the, oh, it puts the IP address there for us. So if I had just waited just a little bit. And then we'll do our same thing with GoBuster here. And we see it's picking up a lot of stuff, showing that we got contact, customers, development log, monthly, news, private, robots.txt, and sitemap.xml, which is something that we use, that we we found out from the manual discovery methods. And GoBuster is showing us the same thing. Assets, contact, customers, development log, monthly, news, private. And this one, what did this one show us? Maybe the website wasn't up when I ran it. Okay, we have it here. It's really hard to see. How do I? You can kind of see it. And do I need to zoom out? Ooh, that's incredibly small. I probably could have just sent it to a text file. You'll have to take my word for it. Just trust me. It's there. I can see them. Let me zoom in some more. Assets, contact, customers, development log, monthly, private, robots.txt, and site XML. So they're there. They're just really hard to see. And I didn't feel like putting it out to a text file. Okay, perfect. So we know that these exist. Let's see what happens if we click on like monthly, or maybe go to monthly. Open link. I hope I didn't crash the box. Okay, copy. All right, let's see. Paste and go. It's not going to be weird if we get an exit. You discovered the directory. Congrats. All right. So what do they want from us here? What is the name of the directory beginning with MO? That's going to be monthly. That's funny that we picked that one. And the last one, which we did see when I told you to trust me, I know it's there because I can see it. This development.log. What is the name of the log file that was discovered? Let's see if we can go there and see what's in there. Development.log, and copy, and then paste and go. You discovered the log file. Perfect. Do they want the slash? They do. Development.log. All right. And that was it. That was pretty much it for that room. It wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be. We went over. Okay, the next room is going to be subdomain enumeration. We just kind of went over various different methods that are automated for finding information on different websites and how you can use Google dorking or Google hacking to just find the information that you want from certain websites. We went over the Wayback Machine, which is a historical archive of websites that have been scraped on the internet. Oh, look, okay, cool. We can click that one. Whitehouse.gov in 1996. We'll see if it loads up. And we looked at Wapalizer as well. Let me close this one. And we also used GitHub to be able to figure out, like, to find, we did GitHub, TryHackMe into Google, oddly enough, to be able to find just company GitHub pages and stuff like that. So, is this the White House website from Oh, wow. Okay, that's crazy. Wait, just to start. Oh, the start and end dates. Okay, that's interesting. So they first started grabbing it around here, I'm guessing. All right, so that's pretty much it for this room. Does anyone have any questions? All right, well, that's going to be all. Thank you all for showing up. You have a great rest of your night. And next week, we're going to go over subdomain enumeration. Thanks, y'all.